Last topic being the one that I could be the most wrong on. I've been tracking since Jonathan Majors has been dropped from Marvel and no longer Kang the Conqueror. We have had leaks over the past few weeks about who could be interviewed, who could potentially be. So if we going back to late December, maybe mid-December, we heard like whispers of, ooh, John Boyega might take over as Kang. And he quickly came out and was like, nope, it's not going to happen, and I was happy about that. About the beginning of January, we saw Coleman Domingo, who is on a Jonathan Majors type of run, where you see him featured in a lot of different projects and getting nominations. And there's lots of announcements about he's going to be Joe Jackson in this film, and he's being potentially thought of as this person in this franchise, and all that stuff. And now, beginning of January, oh, we might use Coleman Domingo as Kang the Conqueror. It's like, I don't see that at all. Like, I just don't see Coleman Domingo without the beard, and I don't see Kang with the beard, and I don't see it working at all. I just don't, it does not feel right. Uh, just based on a few mock-up images that I've saw, I can't see him fitting into that role. And then more recently, which made me want to talk about it here in this video, is that just last week, over the weekend, they started talking about John David Washington, who I also don't see being Kang the Conqueror, but they're talking about him potentially taking over as Kang the Conqueror. And it's a lot of actual trades like Variety and Deadspin, like they actually putting this stuff out. And I really hope none of it comes to fruition, y'all. I really hope that either this plan of Kang the Conqueror and the multiverse saga, like Marvel is really taking this year off. If you haven't noticed, nothing's really coming out in 2024 with Marvel on it. So let's say they take a break and maybe they bring Jonathan Majors back, or they do the thing and just get rid of Kang. Like, you had an opportunity to do it with Loki. They kind of missed it. Maybe, the way things are cut and edited and posted and put out, maybe they didn't have enough time to edit that and throw that out. But you can just abandon the whole thing. You don't have to recast them. Just be done with it. I feel like anything that you do is going to be fairly awkward. It would be very, very simple for you as a franchise and as a whole universe to just stick a line in Deadpool to where, like, oh, Kang, I don't know who that is. Like, we dealt with that some type of way, and then done with it. You never have to reference it again. Because I feel like, on one hand, multiverse story-wise, I don't feel like it ever really came together like they wanted it to. It only really showed up well in Loki, and maybe a few other places, because I'm rushing through this. I don't have all my research done. But I feel like it didn't show up well anywhere outside of Loki. And then you also look at the fact that there's so much bigger things on the horizon. Like, people have been talking about Doctor Doom, and you've been announcing different Fantastic Four members being cast, and the potential cast is being leaked, and people talking about it. It's like, hey, you could just move all the way on from Kang and not have to deal with him at all anymore, and we'd be fine with it. So I'm a black man, and so I know that everyone doesn't agree on Jonathan Majors and the whole situation with how he was charged and how the trial went and the technicalities in which he was convicted on and all that stuff. Not want to make too much commentary on that, but I do want to state fairly clearly that I feel as though John Boyega was saying no as to, like, kind of a move of solidarity. And it would be very pleasing to me as a black man to see other black men of color, to say, hey, we see how y'all did him, and we don't want to touch that. We don't want to be a part of, railroading this man right on out of Hollywood after he'd been, inflated through the year 2022, that he had just an amazing run up to that point. And it's like, we don't want to play a part in getting him up out of here. Y'all have to do that yourself. So I would put the pressure on Marvel to either figure out a way to be done with Kang, or just go ahead and ride it out. Just go ahead and ride it out. That's kind of where I fall on it. Also, this is a situation to where this could be resolved and announced in the next 24 hours, or, might linger until the summertime. Who knows? But it's one of those things to where it only takes one announcement or like one project to come out, and they have their whole minds changed. So we'll see how this whole Kang thing plays out. I would much prefer it not be recast. Either write him off or bring him back. And those are my thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts on that. Hey, so this is just a snippet from my video talking about movie news. But if you like this video, go ahead and check out the channel, subscribe for more.